listeners from around the world. Are you ready? Do you love movies, music, animation and art, acting, gaming, and all things creative? Well, you've come to the right place. Introducing your host, award-winning writer, director, voiceover artist, and owner of MLA Entertainment, Keiko!
Thank you, Josh, and hi everyone! Welcome to Keiko's Diary, your favorite podcast for all things entertaining and creative. I wear many hats, but I consider myself first and foremost a storyteller. And that is exactly why I started this podcast, so I could connect with other creative minds, share their stories with all of you, and have a great time while doing it. Whoop whoop. Today's guest is so special that you'll be singing and dancing with excitement, but first...
shameless plugging!
You heard him. Hop on over to our YouTube channel, MLA Entertainment, and take a look at our original web series, Project Infinity. It's an amazing action sci-fi type story that features a voice cast from Japan to Australia to New York, and there's hours of love and hard work poured into every moment, so I wouldn't suggest it if it wasn't worth your time. Go check it out right now. Also, like, subscribe, and leave your questions and comments to show your support for this podcast and MLA. And now on with the show. She is a true triple threat who can sing, dance, and act like no other. She taught us all how to get up and live our happiest, healthiest lives while having a good time. She made your childhood, and now she's ready to conquer the world. Everyone give a bing bang welcome to the incredible...
Welcome to LazyTown.
I just wanna be alone. Please don't call my phone. Don't send me no message. I already told you no.
Chloe Lang.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hi, Chloe. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. Super excited to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and I know that the listeners are super excited to have you here. Would you mind giving them a little introduction to who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Chloe Lang, and I am an actress. I also sing, and I've been a dancer my whole life. And yeah, I'm really involved in this industry. I'm now a college student, learning the business side of it. But I'm also on all social medias like Instagram and TikTok, building my platforms and just kind of posting my daily life on there. So that's what I've been up to.
Yes, and you're doing such a wonderful job. Everyone needs to go and check you out on social media. You just have so much content and you could just spend hours. You're so entertaining and positive.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. And so, you are famous for portraying the beloved character Stephanie on LazyTown for seasons 3 and 4. And here you are in 2021, like you said, with such a great following on your YouTube, TikTok, and you've even done commercials for big brands like JCPenney. So you're really killing it.
Thank you. Yeah, LazyTown in general has led me to so many cool opportunities, and like even just being able to travel and everything leading up to where I am today and where I am in my auditioning skills and my acting skills. Yeah, LazyTown was a huge stepping stone for me, but I'm just, like I said, continuing auditioning, and I'm at school. Like you said, it's 2021, so we're still living in this virtual social distance life. And I've just kind of been navigating that and figuring out how to make the most of this time and do the most I can do from home.
Yes, that is such a good thing, and you're showing everyone how it's done. I know everyone is so excited to see what you do next, and the sky is truly the limit. And so you bring so much positivity, knowledge, and even great humor to the world. You have such a good personality, and it really shines through in everything you do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to talk to you about your time on LazyTown as well as what your plans are now. But first, why don't we take things back a little bit and start from the beginning? Could you tell us, what is your earliest memory of life?
My earliest memory of life is actually when I was like a baby, like 2 years old. And I don't remember much, but I do remember specifically, I have a really close relationship with my grandparents. And my grandfather specifically had this certain whistle tune that he would always do. And so I remember being a baby, and every time I would hear that whistle, like at the door or around the corner, I would get so excited. We're still really, really close. So that's my first memory, and it's a really good one.
That is a really good memory. And you must be some sort of prodigy to have memories that early.
Like I said, I really don't remember much, but I just remember like all the stories people told me, and I remember just hearing that whistle and like being so excited because he still has that same little whistle tune today that he gives us.
Oh, that is just so sweet. And so you are a dancer. You show off some major dancing and acrobatic skills in LazyTown, and you started dancing when you were only about 2 years old. So could you tell us about this time and what you were like as a kid and what your dreams were?
Yeah, so as a kid, I was extremely bubbly, and I literally had the biggest personality. I was always an entertainer. I feel like I was born to entertain. Like you said, I started dancing when I was only 2 years old.
Wow.
So I just got used to like the training and the performing and just being in front of an audience or in front of people. And I really loved it, and it really shined through in everything I did and just my personality in general. Like I was always trying to be so funny and putting on shows like every night I would get home from dance class at like 8 p.m. and go right down to my basement and put on shows and be like, Mom, Dad, come watch me in my costume do this little sing and dance. So it's just always been a part of me and like who I am and my personality. And I've always known that as a kid. So my dream was just to be on stage and just to perform in front of people and be in this industry because it's so exciting and thrilling to me.
Yes, just a natural born entertainer for sure.
Yeah.
Why don't we play a quick game now that I like to call
The 60-second 411.
It's a game where we just learn more of your likes and dislikes. We've got 15 questions and only 60 seconds to see how many we can get answered. So do you think you're up for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, and 1. Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite movie?
Endless Love.
Favorite song?
Good Days by SZA.
Ooh, favorite TV show?
The Vampire Diaries.
Greatest fear?
Sharks, the ocean in general.
Oh, me too. Hot or cold weather?
Hot.
Night owl or morning bird?
Morning bird.
Favorite singer?
Olivia O'Brien.
Ooh, favorite food?
Pasta.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas, for sure.
Aw, biggest pet peeve?
Messy spaces or just like disorganization.
Oh, I agree. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Oh, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
I think teleporting or like flying, just being able to snap my finger and be where I want to be.
Super celebrity crush?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah. Favorite subject in school?
Entertainment management. That's my major.
Awesome. And you did it. You beat the clock.
Ooh, nice. That was fun.
Yes, with 2 seconds to spare. Well done, Chloe. You did such a good job. And I love your answers. I agree with so many of them.
Thank you.
Yes, so that was a lot of fun. And so you, like you were saying, you have just had a natural itch to entertain since as long as you can remember. So could you tell us about your beginnings in the industry and just what it was like getting started, taking that first step?
Yeah, so dance, my first memory of life was like dance practice. Like I said, I started when I was 2, so dance has just been in my life forever.
Yeah.
And as far as like singing and acting and when it all started to come together, I was around 7 years old, and I had a fellow friend in the studio who offered singing lessons, and I really enjoyed singing but never had any formal training. So I decided to try it just to see if I liked it, and I completely fell in love with it, of course. And then shortly after that, another friend at the same studio called me up and said that there was a movie being filmed in our state, and they were looking for like background like roles.
Yeah.
So we went, and it filmed at Lake Compounds, and it was like a really long, hot summer day, and I was just sitting at a picnic park eating French fries, like in the back of this movie scene. But I completely fell in love with like the entire process and just like the feeling of being on set. And I remember telling my mom after that day, I want to be the girl that's in front of the camera, because there was a little girl in the movie that was like the main character, and I was like, I want that to be me. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah. And
so we started looking into like agents and managers, and I signed with Prestige Management and Innovative Artists, and yeah, I just kind of started this life of auditioning, coming into New York City weekly. This was when auditions were in person, if you can remember, but
long ago.
New York City, doing all these auditions and until I booked LazyTown.
That is such an exciting journey, and it's really cool how you were just at home in front of a camera. So it's very telling that you were meant to do this.
Yeah.
So speaking of that next step you took, you portrayed Stephanie from LazyTown between 2013 and 2014. It was Nickelodeon, and the show was iconic, full of great messages about being active and living our healthiest lives. And it's really beautiful to look at. I just look back at it, and it's just the artist in me I can't look away. It's so colorful and well done. In fact, yes, for sure, it is one of the most, if not the most, expensive children's programs ever made. And it was also filmed on one of the biggest green screens in the world. And you were the perfect one for the job, because your character had to sing and dance and act all at the same time. So good thing you're a triple threat. Could you tell us about when you found out you would be auditioning and what this big auditioning process was like?
Yeah, so it was really exciting. As I mentioned, I was already in this stage of my life where I was auditioning regularly in New York. And I kind of got the call from my manager about this audition. Like all the other auditions, I was going in super regularly. And, you don't book all of them. Actually, you don't book most of them.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting when you do book one. And so I went in on this audition, and I had to learn a script and come prepared with like a little song and dance. And so I remember being so excited and so nervous. And there was like other people in the waiting room before I went in, and they had LazyTown playing just because they wanted all the people auditioning to like get the vibe of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And the audition itself lasted like 20 minutes. They had me like doing my cartwheels and splits and singing different songs and rerunning the lines until like trying different varieties of it. It was really fun, but then it was actually quite funny because they asked me to do the Bing Bang dance, but there was like a mistranslation between the casting directors and I guess my management. I didn't know I had to come prepared knowing the Bing Bang dance. Yeah. So little 10-year-old me, I was like, oops, I don't know that one yet. And they were like, okay, it's fine. We really like you though, so we want you to go home and learn it, and then we want you to come back tomorrow. So I was like, wow, like that's a good sign, because I had gotten a call back. So I did exactly that. I went home and I literally went on YouTube and I learned the Bing Bang and I practiced it a bunch, and I had my call back the next day. It went super well. And like all the other auditions, I was like, well, I guess we'll see. And 2 weeks later, I got the call that they were like, hey, we booked you. Like, we want Chloe for this role, so we're going to send you over the contract. And that's how that happened.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah.
It sounds like it happened pretty fast.
It happened really fast, but in a good way. In a really exciting way.
Yes, in the best way. And you actually moved to Iceland to film the show, correct?
Yeah, for 2 years.
That is crazy. And it's such a beautiful country, so that must have been really nice.
So gorgeous. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Do you remember your first day on set and what the overall experience working on the show and what the cast was like?
Yeah, I remember this day so perfectly because I'd never been to Iceland. No one in my family had been. My mom hadn't been. This was kind of before Iceland was really popular for tourists even. So it was like really like, wow, like what are we flying into? What are we about to see? Who are we about to meet? Like we really had no idea. And we got picked up by some people working on LazyTown. And they just kind of, on the first day, drove us around Iceland, gave us a tour, and showed us like all the local spots. Like, here's the grocery store. Here's where you'll be living. Here's like the parks. And Iceland has like, they're really big on like public parks and pools. So a lot of like fun things for kids my age to do. So the first day was just kind of settling in and a lot of that, and meeting all of the people I'd be working with, the cast and crew. And they were all super excited to meet me, because they'd all known each other previously on seasons 1 and 2.
Right.
And I was like the new Stephanie. Everyone was meeting me for the first time. So I remember it being like a little bit nerve-wracking, but really exciting. Like, wow, I got a tour of the set, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I have a dressing room, like my own dressing room. Like,
yeah.
This is amazing. But yeah, and everyone on the cast and crew, they were so much fun. They were so welcoming and just really wanted to make sure that, I was the youngest on set, and they knew that, and they wanted me to have a lot of fun. And they were always like making jokes on set and always like teaching me about, oh, like look at this. This is how, this is how the CGI works, and this is how this works. So it was a learning experience in like every which way possible, which I'm so grateful for to this day. It was amazing.
Yeah, it sounds really special, and the fun that you all had really translates to the screen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So what was the typical process for making an episode? Because there are songs in every episode that you must have had to record, and so much rehearsing and dancing.
Yeah, so every week for me was like super busy. When I was not actually filming the scenes, so we would film from, usually I would start getting my hair and makeup done around 7 in the morning, 8 a.m., depending on the schedule, and we would film until like 7 p.m. So when I was not actually in front of the camera filming the scenes, I was in school, so I had a tutor on set with me that I was doing classwork in my dressing room when I was off set. As well as just like taking like lunch break and like having to get my hair and makeup touched up before going back on set. And then, like you said, each episode had a new song. Yeah. So I would spend kind of like my free time on set when I wasn't filming, learning the songs, recording them, and then also meeting with my choreographer to learn the breakdown dances that went to each episode. So I was super busy and it was a lot of work, but little 10-year-old me had so much energy and this, like I said, extremely bubbly and just entertaining personality that it all came so natural to me. It wasn't really like work, it was like fun. So yeah, I was always doing things on set and definitely never bored.
Well, that's so good to hear, and you do have endless energy, and it really comes through in every episode.
Yeah, thank you.
So, I mean, just dropping everything you're doing and heading to Iceland to take on this amazing adventure, you and your mom must have a great teamwork and relationship. So how has she been a part of your journey?
My mom, I always say she's like my superhero. She is literally the best person in my life. I love her so much. She actually literally couldn't be more supportive of me. She has been excited for me, and just she, like you said, is willing to drop everything and just do what she needs to do to be there for me and help my dreams come true too. And I also have siblings, so she's also there for them. So like I said, she's always doing it all, so she's a superhero, and I don't know how she does it. But yeah, we were living together, just us two in Iceland for those 2 years. So we got extremely close. We, we're always exploring and just making all these new memories together. And all my family got to come out and visit. I had my grandparents, my dad, my brother, and my sister and her friends. Like, we were always welcoming people, and Iceland kind of became like this second home for us and like my family. And they were all super involved in it, and it was amazing.
That's so special. Yeah. Moms are the best. So something that is just so refreshing and admirable about you is how you're so confident in who you are and how you own both identities. Chloe Ling, the person, and Stephanie, the character. You're Chloe and you do your own thing, but Stephanie is a part of you and you can become her anytime and have a great time doing it. You're such an inspiration. So
Thank you so much.
you're very welcome. And people can learn a lot from you. I'm telling you, if there are ever any more LazyTown episodes, the viewers would love to see grown-up Stephanie. I'm just saying.
I know. I would love to see that too, actually.
Yes, I think that they would just lose their minds with joy. And so in one of your viral videos, you show how you transform into the character, which is super neat. So I was wondering, could you tell us, how do you get into character exactly? And are there any future plans for Stephanie fans can look forward to?
Yeah, so I started producing this Stephanie content over quarantine. It kind of happened accidentally on TikTok, but once I realized how many people on social media were so interested in seeing this like behind the scenes content and so interested in asking me questions and learning about like how the whole process works, I started creating some more content and getting into this character, like you said. Chloe, she's completely separate. She does her own thing.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie is just someone that I kind of adapted to and became a part of me when I got this role and when it was my life for like 2 years. But also, I think it's really cool that that was able to get me to where I am today, and that I do have these opportunities to still grow and still continue my acting skills and grow and get other roles. And so I think that's how I kind of like keep the two separate, because Chloe likes her own things, and I see Chloe as like this college student that is learning what she wants to do and chasing her dreams, and Stephanie is kind of part of who she is. So I think it's really cool, and I think as far as like future content and what my LazyTown fans have to look forward to, I think definitely on my TikTok and my Instagram and also a lot on my YouTube about behind the scenes footage and story times of LazyTown, and just sitting down and talking about it, answering a lot of questions. And on my TikTok, I do still have my wig and a lot of like the merchandise and old stuff that I have from set that I like to show on my TikTok and my Instagram. So I think a lot of stuff like that will be coming up in the future.
Well, that is just the coolest. Thank you for sharing that with us. Something about, especially when you were in the kitchen doing that cooking song, there's something about seeing Stephanie in these real world situations and environments that's just hilarious and so fun.
I know.
I would just love to see her like walking down the street, like doing hip hop or something. I mean, we could take this really far.
I know. That's true. Yeah.
Yes. And so speaking of your videos, your TikTok and YouTube videos are so addictive. You have this great balance of vlogs and reviews, beauty routines and music, and like you were talking about, behind the scenes content. So what led you to starting this exactly, and what's it been like for you?
So it's actually kind of funny. I'd say what led me to starting TikTok and YouTube is actually quarantine. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have TikTok before COVID happened. I was just so busy and invested with my life in New York and schoolwork. Like, I'm not really one to be glued on my phone anyway. I don't really have games on my phone, things like that. And I didn't really know what TikTok was. This is when it was still kind of new. Or at least new to me. And then when quarantine happened, I was like, oh, well, it's a way to be connected to the world when you can't be out there doing things. So I downloaded it and I started posting just for fun and just because, I like to make content, and I didn't really think anyone was seeing it until I posted a Stephanie video that went super viral. That was like my first crazy viral video. And I was completely blown away. Like, I think I expected to get like more views because I thought that people might, scroll and I noticed that. I did not think it would get like in the millions, and like all of the traction to my page that would come from it. I gained like 200,000 followers like just that day. So it was crazy and exciting, and then that's what kind of motivated me and made me realize like, oh, well, I can, you know, like I can post more on TikTok. Like I can learn how to like navigate the app, and I can use this as like another creative outlet, the same way that I like to use Instagram and Twitter and all these other social media platforms that I use. So it was really fun being able to learn and navigate that in some of my free time. And then same thing kind of with YouTube. I was just doing things and I was just creating content, and like I mentioned, I'm just bubbly and I have like an entertaining personality. Yeah. So vlogging and like doing things and videotaping what I do and like talking to the camera comes really naturally to me. So I had a lot of fun doing these vlogs and these like beauty routines, like just sitting in my room talking for 15 minutes about my skincare routine. Wasn't sure who wanted to watch it, but I knew I wanted to post it because I like doing it. So it's also been really cool seeing my YouTube channel grow and seeing all the people that are interested in what I do in my life.
Yeah, and it's wonderful how it's like you were saying that one went viral, but what happens is people may click on the Stephanie video, but then they're introduced to Chloe and they just sort of get lost on your page and they're really introduced to you. So I think it's just a wonderful platform and way for you to show the world who Chloe is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep up the wonderful work. We're loving it.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So why don't we switch to another favorite segment of mine?
Truth or Dare?
Do you dare to play, Chloe?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. So, truth or dare?
Okay, we'll start off easy with the truth.
All right. What is something surprising no one knows about you?
Something surprising that no one knows about me. I think something that a lot of people don't know is that I went to a secondary high school. So I actually went to 2 public high schools, or 1 public high school, and then my secondary school was for visual arts. So I was basically in class from like 7:30 in the morning to 4:30, and the beginning half of my day was my math, English, science, things like that. And then I spent the second half of my day doing drawing, painting, black and white film photography, and video editing, just learning all about visual arts.
Wow, I did not know that. That is so cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but yeah.
So you really know what you're doing. You're very well trained.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just a super creative person, and I love finding all these creative outlets for myself.
That is just wonderful. Being creative is the best. Truth or dare, Chloe?
Okay, we'll try a dare.
All right. So you are a very gifted singer, and I've got to say, your songs, your original songs, Party Down the Road and I Won't Cry, are serious bops. Just saying. So would you mind giving us a little sample of something?
Sure. Let's see which one I want to do. Okay, I'm gonna do the intro to I Won't Cry.
Oh, I love that one.
Okay. Big girls don't cry, maybe that's a lie, I don't know, maybe that was long ago. Are we made of sugar and spice? Everything that's nice, but sometimes I feel like you don't even try.
Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that is so good. Everyone, you can hear the full version of Chloe's song on her channel, and yes, you must go check it out. It's so good. In the music video, I loved it when the painting became completely red. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was such a fun music video, like the whole process. I remember I was nervous actually when I was painting it, because I was like, I have one shot to get it right. Once it's painted, you can't go back, but it was really fun.
Well, that's great to hear. It's such a well-made video.
Thank you.
A truth or dare, Chloe?
Let's do a truth.
Okay. What is the most shocking thing that happened while making LazyTown?
I'd say one of the most shocking things that happened on LazyTown was all of the traveling I got to do, and also it
Yeah.
was really funny. I remember one day specifically on set. I don't think any of you LazyTown fans would expect this, what goes on behind the scenes, but there's definitely some photos on my YouTube channel out there that I've posted. But Magnus, who played Sporticus, he actually had a motorcycle that he knew how to drive but barely did. And he brought it to set and he was like, okay, who wants a ride? Like, we're taking a break from filming for the next hour. It was like a gorgeous day out. He was like, everyone eat your lunches outside. We're gonna go on a motorcycle ride. And that was pretty shocking because
Yeah.
well, out of context, but it was really fun. And those are the memories like that I remember the most. We had so many crazy funny things that we did.
He seems like such a great guy, and I didn't even realize until a few years ago that he created the show. So that's really neat.
Yeah, he's also a triple threat. More than that, I don't know. He's a super talented guy. He does it all.
Oh, well, you guys make a great team. All right, and truth or dare?
Okay, true.
What is the craziest thing you've ever done?
The craziest thing I've ever done. I've done a lot of crazy things. I'd say one of the coolest, craziest things that I've done that I don't know anyone else that has is I did a handstand on the Great Wall of China.
Oh my goodness, I don't think anyone else could top that.
I know. We traveled to China for the Chinese New Year. I was performing as Stephanie actually, and me and Sporticus, we went on the Great Wall of China and we did our iconic handstand poses. So I think that's pretty funny.
Oh wow, that is pretty cool. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
hmm Yes, that's goals there. So, like we were saying, among your many talents, you are a gifted singer. So, what do you love about music, and are you working on any new material?
Yeah, the thing I love about music, like I mentioned, it's just another creative outlet for me. It just feels so good, like when I'm singing. Like I know we all do it, like, you know, in the car, windows down, belting your heart out. I know we all do it, but that's why I love singing. It just feels good, and it's been so much fun to also like watch myself grow as a singer over the years, because I like looking back on videos, like I can really hear how much my voice has changed, and how that's just a result of like all the lessons and the work I put in with my vocal coach Billy DeCrosta back when I was doing my weekly lessons. So as far as like new material, I haven't been like writing or working on any new songs at the moment, just because online school has been like a full-time job.
I can imagine.
But yeah, I'm always just kind of looking for like collabs or covers, and also just I love to play guitar. I don't
cool.
play. I know, yeah, I don't perform with my guitar as often as I do with just my vocals, because I'm not as confident in my playing. But just as like a personal like creative outlet, and just sitting down and like getting my thoughts out, taking my journaling words and just like playing some music. That's kind of what I've been doing lately.
You are such an artist, and I had no clue you could play an instrument. I've tried for years to learn to play the guitar, and it just always sounds like plastic strings. So
Yeah, I tried to learn the piano because I picked up guitar fairly quickly. I mean, I started playing when I was like 14, but so it's been a while, but I've always been like fairly natural at it, like the rhythm of it. But so I started playing piano, or I started taking lessons, because it's so beautiful, I think, and I really want to be good at it. And it was so much harder and so different than guitar. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not what I was expecting. And so much respect to all those like crazy good piano players out there.
well, I think if anyone can eventually take it on, it's you.
I hope so, maybe one day.
Yeah. And so you've accomplished so much already, and you're currently a student, and you're living this awesome life. And so what are your goals for the future, and what can fans sort of look forward to from you in the years to come?
So, yeah, my goals for the future are I'm excited to be successful in my college career and graduate. And also I'm excited to kind of take these opportunities living in New York City as they come. Life here is really fast paced, so things come and go quicker than you would expect.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about it. It's so exciting to me that I don't know where I might be next by my junior year in the fall, but I want to get like internships. Also, I'm auditioning still weekly. Everything is virtual and through self-tapes, but nonetheless, I'm still auditioning, taking Zoom acting workshops. So just kind of doing everything I can from home right now, staying safe. And then I'm hoping that this summer I'll be able to get back into some in-person acting, and I might even be a part of a play this summer, which is something that I'm not super familiar with, but I think could be really fun. A part of my hometown too. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I have some things in the works right now, but I'm really just focused on growing as a person, growing academically, furthering my skills in acting and this industry, and making more connections and doing more things like this. This is really fun.
Oh, well, thank you. And I think you are doing such a great job, and you've got creativity flowing out of your fingertips. So no doubt you're going to go so far.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As we wrap up this episode, could you tell all your fans where they can best keep up with you? And is there just anything you'd like to say to them before we go?
Yeah, so you guys can follow me along on my journey on my Instagram and my YouTube channel. They're both Chloe5Lang. And then also I post almost daily on my TikTok, which is Chloe Max Lang. And you can follow me on there if I want to be a part of my journey. And also I just want to say to you guys that I appreciate you so much, and that this like COVID times, like you guys make me feel like there's like this online community, and I feel like it's really special. And I appreciate everyone that's wanting to follow along on my journey, and everyone that gives me support and love on my videos. It means the world to me, so thank you.
Oh, well, I know that they are cheering you on, and we just can't wait to see what you do next. And we're so glad you're enjoying yourself and living the life in New York.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that is it for another episode of Keiko's Diary. So I would like to thank our listeners for supporting the show, and MLA Entertainment. And also thank you, Chloe, for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. I love everything you're doing. And before we go, could I ask one last thing from you, Chloe?
I'm Chloe Lang, aka Stephanie from LazyTown. And for MLA Entertainment, check out their original web series, Project Infinity. And as always, keep being creative.
You got it. You heard it here, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Keiko's Diary. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We would love to hear from you. Write questions and comments to show your support, and share this podcast with your friends. We'll be back with another exciting episode before you know it. In the meantime, keep being creative.